Hey guys, this video is from our latest Rick and Johnny podcast. Make sure to check out the full podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Rick and Johnny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Johnny and I had fun recording it. And Johnny, we're going to move on into our next topic. And this is a topic where it's kind of a free-forming one. And This is an idea that we have a bigger, grander scheme of things for is... We have the idea, and this is not a new idea. This is just something that we've always had our own adaptation of what we've wanted to do for the YouTube channel, where we have had the idea of having a matchup a week, 5 different videos where we look at their fighting skills, their abilities, their weapons, their
powers if they have it. Yeah.
Powers, just kind of
weaknesses even.
Matching them up into individual videos, looking at each, and then the end of the week we kind of decide based off of the science, based off of the all the data that we have grouped together, who would win a fight between the two. And we haven't done it because obviously time has been a big one.
Yeah.
But I wanted to throw the idea out there because we've talked about a movie that in the movie we're going to have 2 heroes kind of going at each other in Thor Ragnarok. We're going to have Thor, we're going to have Hulk. So I thought this week, you know what, it might be fun just to speculate, just to talk a little bit.
Throw a little bit of the concept out there of the thing we're talking about.
And what I want to do is you're going to set it up, but we're basically going to look at Thor. We're going to look at Hulk, kind of discuss a little bit who we think is going to win and who would win a fight between Thor and Hulk. But before we get into everything, we got to do a little setting up.
Yes, we do.
You're the Marvel guy. Go ahead. Set up which Thor and which Hulk we're going to do.
So, because we talked about it earlier, we're cutting off MCU. Don't take any stuff from that.
Okay.
Because we can do another one separate from that if we really want to. And we know in the movie, they're probably not going to beat each other to death.
Sorry, Helmsworth, you're gone.
Yeah. But at the same time, we don't want to go as far back as the original comics.
Yeah.
You got in the original comics, you have a Thor that he sets down his hammer, I think it's 60 to 90 seconds. He changes back to his alter ego of Dr. Donald Blake.
So he has to have the hammer.
He has to have the hammer within a minute or minute and a half. Otherwise, he changes back to normal human. So we don't want to go with that. We want to go with the more modern versions. So we're going to go with a Thor that stays Thor all the time. And that, being as it may, his hammer's gone for any reason whatsoever. He doesn't have the power to control the weather like he normally does. He doesn't have that extra added use of the hammer, obviously. And he's not able to fly. Because in any comic that I've read with Thor so far, he always needs the hammer to fly. And scientifically... And there's a few videos I've seen out there. He spins it to get that momentum. Thank you to the Uru metal. He can throw it and throw himself by holding on to the little piece of leather at the end.
So we're saying he is able to do that?
He's only able to fly with the hammer.
Okay.
Hulk, on the other hand, we're going to go with... He doesn't vary a ton. I mean, we're going to go Green Hulk. We're not doing Gray Hulk. We're not doing Professor Hulk. So he's not super smart like Bruce Banner. General Hulk. He grows when he gets more angry. He's still green. He gets stronger when he gets more angry. He doesn't need oxygen to breathe, just like Thor. So kind of evens out the playing field. So you and I both know that now. And basically that's it for Hulk. We're just doing both of them more modern. He's not World War Hulk specifically. He doesn't have the adaptation of the constant fighting. So he knows fighting styles. General Hulk versus General Modern Thor. So, how do you want to start looking at this? What do you want to look at first between the two?
I have a question.
Yes.
And my big thing, this is the thing I look at with these two in particular. And it's one of the things where I believe you said it. Did you say Hulk doesn't need oxygen?
No, he does not need oxygen to breathe.
Because he doesn't need oxygen to breathe, and because the angrier he gets, he gets bigger. Like on the bio that you have in front of you for Hulk.
Yes.
It says 7 foot to 8 foot just regular Hulk.
For Green Savage Hulk, which is your
typical Hulk.
Kind of. I mean, there's the Green Hulk, which is 7'6". Then you have your Green/Savage Hulk, which is why it says 7 to 8 foot, because the more angry he gets,
he can get to 8 foot.
He can get to 8 feet tall.
Because of that, because he's already got a height, he's got a half a foot,
if not more,
on Thor.
Yeah.
He could get bigger than that. So he has a half foot, can get to as big as basically a foot and a half. On Thor himself, he doesn't need oxygen to breathe. Is this a fight where Thor would basically need to end the battle as quickly as possible? Because the longer it goes on, Thor might be tired out and the Hulk would not be.
There's two ways of going about it. He needs to end it quickly if we're going to go death battle completely and we're not just doing KO. I would say the only reason this one for sure battle of death is because in the movie, theoretically the Grandmaster yes,
in the
and
pit
since we're
is a
kind
battle
of
to the
basing
death.
this one off of because the movie came out.
It would be theoretically a battle for the death. Are they going to die in the movie? Probably not.
Okay.
But theoretically
so
be a battle of the
So
death.
what I'm going to say is he would have to end it before he can become the Hulk. Just sneak up just a quick attack or a sneak attack of smash Bruce Banner's head in. Because there's a comic book, and I'm just going to throw it out there.
Before he would even change?
Before he changes to the Hulk, because after that, it's going to be a battle. A clash of the Titans.
Let's say this, though.
Yes.
This is another kind of slip in.
Yes.
The fight wouldn't start with Thor and Bruce Banner.
Okay.
The Thor would fight. It would start.
He's going to start
Hulk.
straight up against the Hulk.
He's starting straight up against the Hulk, kind of like how we're going to see in the movie.
Okay. It's really hard to. They do it in a few comics. They do it in a few of the cartoon series from when we were younger. You can wear down the Hulk. It takes a lot. So if
he needs a Hulk buster, basically.
Yes. If he may be able to battle this off with enough blows to the head, maybe. I would have to say, as much as you and I would probably root for Thor, I have to go by the scientific standard and say Hulk would win this. If we're gonna take away the advantage of possibly having Bruce Banner there, I don't think Thor has the stamina to outlast an enraged Hulk. Every time you hit him, you enrage him. You can try the funnel cloud. That would be one thing I would think at first if I didn't know Hulk could not need oxygen. Funnel cloud, take away oxygen. That's not going to do it. You could try electrocuting as much as you can. He does have an almost impenetrable skin. So it may hurt. It will probably just piss him off a lot. If you do it enough times, it might.
I think what I would basically think would need to happen from Thor's side to win this is he would not be able to go straight at the Hulk and win. He would need to play a strategic battle.
Yeah, that would be his best option.
It would be more of a, get your clean shot, swing the hammer, fly at Hulk.
Yeah.
Get a shot on the head, but then the rest of the fight until you can get that other clean shot is kind of dancing around, dodging blows from the Hulk. Not necessarily to make him tired, but one of those things where I'm not going to get hit.
Yeah, that would be his best bet.
I'm just weighing out my shot until I can get, a clean hit with the hammer and get some power behind it.
I'm actually going to completely agree with you on that, except for one thing. I would not come flying straight at the Hulk.
Well, not right away.
No, not at all. Because if you're going V-line...
If he catches you, you're saying? He can just throw you? Or hit you straight on with his
Here's
fist.
a few options I'm saying with that one. If you come V-line, if I'm like I'm staring at you, if I come V-line right for you, Hulk's just going to take that huge hand and go bam, like you would a fly.
Like that.
Yeah. It doesn't matter the Uru metal.
I'm not saying...
He's just redirecting you now.
I'm not saying, come straight at him.
Yeah.
I'm saying, let's say you hit him and kind of, daze him a little bit.
Yes.
If you can get that shot where he's, getting his bearings, because the Hulk's one of those things where he's big and strong.
Yes.
You're not going to knock him out with a blow.
No.
But it's one of those you might be able to get him to where he's like, whoa, where am I right now? And maybe get him confused in the anger.
You can get him with that.
Then you can get a clean shot with the hammer going in.
That would work. Basically, the idea, if we're going with that, is Thor is going to have to pull as much strategy as he can muster into winning this because he's going to have to avoid as many blows as possible. He's going to have to tire him out as much as possible. He's going to get, I would say, as many headshots as possible because you hit him in this arm, you hit him in the chest, you hit him anywhere else. His body heals almost like Wolverine's. So he's almost an impenetrable healing factor, and it's just going to be like blow to blow. Yeah, Thor he's very durable too. He's got a great healing factor as well. It's not going to be like Wolverine style where you cut him and it heals like that. It's almost like you can't cut him in that style. But he can be beaten to hell by the Hulk because you have Thor versus Hercules, and they fight each other, and Thor gets a nice beating. So I would say unless his best bet to win this at all would be the strategic value. Go for headshots. Use your lightning and use your other powers of storm.
Could the lightning be theoretical though? And the one thing I will say is for the people who are like, you're not giving the Hulk enough credit because we're talking a lot about Thor.
Yeah.
Really, Hulk's big thing is
strongest there is.
I'm just going to go after you.
Yeah.
Like basically a brute animal.
Hulk smash.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. There's not a lot of thinking on the side
like
of Hulk's
I said, we're
side
not
of it.
doing Professor Hulk. We're not doing Gray Hulk. We're doing Green Hulk.
Hulk smash.
Exactly. We're doing Hulk smash. Yeah, he's got some tactical value, maybe that of a 10-year-old. I'm sorry. His big thing is Hulk smash. He can think. He can adapt and learn. But it's not the strategic value because he doesn't have Bruce Banner's full mindset.
Yeah.
If it were that, I wouldn't even give it to Thor at all. So that's what we're doing. Thor's best bet is the strategic value.
What I was going to ask is, can his lightning do anything? Because like you said, the skin is basically impenetrable of Hulk. Would the lightning do anything, or would it be like, oh, I just tickled you? Just tickled the Hulk?
That's hundreds of thousands of joules of electricity. So yeah, I would say it would hurt.
But it would just make him angry.
I don't know.
Hurt.
See, I don't know. I don't know specifically. I don't know specifically enough about the Hulk's anatomy to know how much it would hurt, how much it would like stun. But I'm gonna say, at least minimum, use it as a distraction. And I think I'm trying to think back to any of the comics I've read. If it does take him out, it does hurt him a lot. I know that because anything hit by electricity, especially that high of a power source, people die from that a lot. So I don't know numbers.
I got another thing in my head.
Yes.
This is me because this whole thing is just speculating of what could happen. Could there be a situation where Thor basically knocks the Hulk on his back and then basically I'm going to try to take you from 1 foot and swing you around and around to get enough momentum and basically says, I'm just going to fling you off. And just kind of he's going up like this and kind of using gravity on the way down. As Hulk is coming back, he's going to hit the floor, and gravity is going to do all the work, coming down into the earth. Kind of a little bit of like what we saw with the Hulk Buster of, I'm just going to try to implant you into the earth.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's going to work. Hulk can take a ton of damage. He can fall from space, basically, and hit the ground.
True.
So,
How do you think he got to Sakaar?
Exactly. So, I mean, he can take a lot more damage. Heck, just him jumping, that's 3 miles upwards. This is just like running jump to travel.
Yeah.
He jumps 3 miles upwards, if not a little bit more. And then comes landing. That is a lot of force. That is his weight times 9.8 meters per second. Coming down from 3 miles. I don't know the math offhand. That is a lot of weight coming down the ground.
Could Thor maybe... Another speculation.
Yes.
Use the wind, not to take the oxygen away, to basically, I'm going to use this tornado to chuck you into the air. And then as you're coming down because you don't have your bearings because you're in the air, either throw the hammer. I would probably throw the hammer. But he could also do I'm going to fly up at you with it. I would probably think I'm going to sit here, okay, right on the money, and then throw the hammer at you.
Yeah,
and
with
just
control
do that
of
a
it,
bunch of times.
control of it, yeah, that could help him a lot in the battle. Like I said, the
Because
main
I think he could maybe use the wind to control Hulk by just you're up in the air and then you're not really controlled on the way down.
I'd say your best bet over anything is he's going to have to wear out Hulk because without a knockout blow to the head somehow, which is why I said a lot of headshots.
Well, yeah, that's what I would aim for.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just saying, though.
I wouldn't hit him right in the chest.
Without a lot of headshots and disorienting, and honestly, a good battle may be to just a lot of distractions, stay away from the blows, and let him hit the ground. The problem with that, Hulk has enough power to break a planet. There's a one where there's a comic book or two I've read where he can actually smash a planet by punching it. So he's gonna want Thor overall is just gonna want to avoid not every shot Hulk throws at him. Like I said,
is Thor quick enough agility wise to avoid Hulk?
That is a very hard thing to consider.
Give me what you think. Don't dodge the question, Johnny.
No. I really do think minutely he does, just because he's smaller. He also has more strategy, so he can maybe,
like you said, Hulk is mindset of a 10-year-old.
Yeah, kind of
strategy wise.
So Thor can think up more strategy. He's done 1,000 or so years of battle.
Yeah.
So he can think of these things a lot quicker.
He has gone up against things. It's like the height thing does to me isn't the huge worry.
No,
because
honestly,
he's gone up against things.
You can go up
bigger than the Hulk.
Yeah, you can go up against things bigger. Any fight can be. You can go up against something bigger than yourself and win. It's not all about the height. It's the things I'm thinking of for Hulk is his strength. It's actually the biggest one is his strength and his invulnerability. Those are the two main factors I'm looking at for Hulk in this. Whereas Thor, I'm thinking strategy, his invulnerability as well, the use of the hammer, and did I say tactics, strategies?
Yep.
I did. Okay, so those are the ones, and his strength too.
Because I'll even say this: Thor has gone up against Apocalypse, who Apocalypse doesn't grow to 8 foot like the Hulk, but he's 7 foot like the Hulk.
Yeah,
so he's
like shorter Hulk.
It's one of those things where I don't think it's like, ooh, well, Thor is automatically out of this because, he's gone up against Storm Giants as well.
Yeah, way bigger than Hulk. So I would never go with I would never say it's about the height. It's never about the height when it comes to the two of them.
Storm Giants, just 25 feet.
Storm Giants.
25 feet. That's
no big deal.
But it's really, to me, the big factor is Hulk don't get tired. Hulk got the stamina. Hulk got almost unlimited stamina.
Yeah, you keep pissing him. That's the thing. You can't tire him out, but you keep pissing him off. He's going to keep getting enraged. He's going to keep getting bigger. He's going to keep getting stronger.
I'm going to throw this at you because we've kind of gone for a little bit. I want to throw it to them to see what they think and if they even like this discussion.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts? Because my final thoughts are I would root for Thor, probably give it to Hulk, because I think the stamina for Hulk and the fact that I think that Thor would have to play nearly a perfect battle.
He would.
He would have to almost not take a single hit.
It would be one of those.
I think that he would basically take a hit, maybe one, to knock him out.
That's the thing I would say. It would have to be like the perfect battle like you play in any video game, one-on-one, that they did not get to touch you. No matter how many times they threw it, you hit them.
Flawless victory.
Exactly. It would have to be one of those on Thor's side in order to win this. But I would love to do more, for my final thoughts, I would love to do more research into the backstories of all this, how the lightning would work, the wind, like we said, it's not going to work, how much it would take to make the Hulk tired. I would love to find that out just so we can get a better idea of what the death battle would be for you guys and for us. But I would have to give it to the Hulk. As much as I would like to root for Thor, I have to give it to Hulk.
And this is where I am going to throw it to you guys. First off, answer the question. Who do you think would win? What are your thoughts?
Versus
Thor versus Hulk. I'm putting Thor first. Thor versus Hulk. And then kind of a second question is, do you guys like this stuff?
Would this interest you
something
guys?
you would want to see? Because our main idea is, like I said at the beginning, I believe, our idea is to kind of take the aspect of what Deadliest Hero used to do and look at
300.
Look at the science behind it. Look at if there's tactics behind it. We had the idea that we were going with is there would be 5 videos a week. The first one would start off with the announcement video,
The intros.
the intro, the bios. The last video would be the final verdict. And then in the middle, we would pick 3 aspects, either weaknesses, strengths, powers,
Weapons, skills.
Thank you. Skills. We would look at 3 big things in the middle of the week and then try to decide who would win either battle to KO or battle to the death. Probably in that case, battle of KO to see who would win. Let me know if you would like that. And if you would like that, hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/most valuable podcast to make sure that we can do that stuff for you guys, because we want to do whatever you want to see. So let us know down below in the comment section.
Thank you everyone for watching the Rick and Johnny podcast. Click right here to watch another squanchy video, and let's get rickety wrecked!